get get started racing a little bit. So I'm very interested in just learning more about how it works and how to do better at it.
Well, I'm on a TT bike, so I'll pull. You can go ahead and explain what we're doing now.
So what we're going to do is various things. This is a pretty good course for what we're doing, but it's a little long. We're going to be looking at what to do with sprints. We're going to be looking at what to do with rafting. Let me get ahead of you here.
Okay.
And I have an app that I can tell how you're doing drafting. And the answer is pretty well. And boom, there goes Chris, I think. Yep. We'll also be looking at we'll be looking at where to do breakaways, and we'll be looking at just some other general things. There's a sprint coming up here, but we're going to ignore it.
And I guess I can get my way to the front. I just realized Chris is on a TT bike as well. Yeah, so we're just trying to hold a pace line right now.
Yep.
If I get back where I belong, I'll hold it up.
Let's see. Okay, so Diane, you have steering.
I do.
So that's a good thing. Can you pull up this slightly? And you don't have to steer, just let it pull you in behind me here. I'm the one with the 80.
Yep.
I'm not that yet, but oh well. So I'm looking at drafts and they look good. The thing about drafting, I don't know if you know, is it's basically a calculation that Zwift does, and it says, okay, you're in the draft, so I'm going to subtract so many watts from what you need to hold the speed, which right now is 31. This app that I have intercepts that and gives that to me now. I have a strange setup so I can see how much drafting Antonio and Diane and I have, because Jeff and Chris are on TT bikes. They don't have them.
Right.
And for the group, I'm slowing down. I realized I was going a little hot. We advertised this was under 1.5 pretty much.
Well, I'm showing 1.3. We're exactly on.
Okay.
Diane will probably be showing a little higher.
I've got about 1.6 to 2.
Yeah.
That's
the weight, unfortunately.
Yep. I'll have an extra piece of cake tonight.
But this has a wonderful flat run out here, which is perfect for working on drafting. If we had a bigger bunch, you could do it now. What I'm seeing is you're doing about between, that went up to 151, or say 120 to 140 wattage. Is that what you're seeing?
I currently see 110, 111.
Okay. Yeah, it's bobbing around a little bit. So, according to Zwift, you need 30 more watts to hold that very steady 31 that Jeff's holding out for us.
Right.
Now, the one thing I would like you to try to do, because we're very steady and this is very flat, is to see if you can ease off a little bit, just a couple of watts here and there, and see where you begin to fall off. Okay, you're beginning to fall off.
Yep.
So that was about the right. What a lot of people will do is they'll come up and they'll press too close. So put a little bit more, I'll do it. I'm gonna come up and watch my avatar light up when I get too close to Chris here. Well, it's not doing.
Could be
Okay.
because we're in this thing.
Oh, that's right on the beacon. Oh well. Anyway, if you're too close,
Do you mean the outline that shows up
The
on the
outline.
avatar?
if you light up, you're too close.
Ah, okay.
So just ease off a little, not a lot, but just enough. I'm old and medicated, so I can't. What I do is I get into these low-level races, like like our herd beginner races on Saturday and Sunday, and I draft like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And until something happens, I can generally stay with the front herd. There's a famous old quote, bicycling quote, that says, "Age and treachery will beat youth and strength," which isn't really true, but still. Now you want to be at least another meter closer to me, or a yard, depending on which
When you
system.
find-
you use.
It's telling me to close up a little bit. There we
Right,
go.
right there.
Yep.
When you find that sweet spot, look at where your avatar's head is in relationship to the bike in front of you. And I find it easy
okay.
to just watch that head and make it hold that spot on their bike. For me, it's my head on their seat.
Uh-huh.
That varies depending on whether you're in third person short or third person long view.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm most of what I do is riding leads or leading rides. Good word. So I have a sort of odd approach to things. So we've got this. This is where it's too long. I would love right about now to get into some hills or a sprint. But we've got another few moments until we get to that.
You can explain the different types of racing.
Oh yeah, excellent. So you've got various kinds of racing. We'll start off with the simplest one, which I really don't do much of. It's just what's called mass start racing. Everybody lines up in the same pen, regardless of their level. And the really fast guys blast off the line, and the rest of us try to figure out how to survive. Sometimes there's only one category on a mass start race, but other times A, B, C, and D's will all be together, and you try to sort things out. Hola, Antonio. Anyway,
I'm back.
the next one that happens is you've got multiple pens. In the old system of A, B, C, D, E, we had four pens that were active. In the new system of the Zwift racing score, there are 5, with E being the lowest and A being the highest. One of the things you want to do when you sign up for a race or even a group ride is read the description.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll tell you the rules. It'll tell you what kind of racing it is. It'll tell you how your finishing position will be calculated. Which brings me to Zwift Power. Do you have it?
Yep.
Yep,
Yep, I'm signed up.
Okay. So almost all races, but not all races, use Zwift Power ranking for their finishing rank, for their to figure out where you are, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 40 in your group. The thing about VRS, although it's got flaws and I don't understand all of it, is that it allows the race organizers to narrow down the size of the groups. And that's a big plus. So in V racing's things that they have 3 types of races: rank 1, rank 2, and advanced, with rank 1 being the lowest.
Yep.
And the lowest 10 is 0 to 160. In our with our herd beginner races, that lowest one, 10E, is 0 to 150. Where Jeff rides, which is the next one up, 10D, we usually have more riders, and I really think probably better racing. Because here's part of the deal about racing, is that if you're racing with other people as opposed to a time trial, it's better when you have more people, so you can work the draft and pull some of the tricks. Okay, so another type of race is an individual time trial. There's also a team time trial on Thursdays. Thursdays for now. And that's one where you can't draft and you're riding on your own, separated, depending on the way it's set up, by 30 or 60 seconds.
Yeah.
You can pass people, but you can't draft them, because you'll be on the time trial bike like Jeff is, and he can't draft anything. Same with Chris.
And so let me just ask you a question on time trials. If you haven't, so I haven't already bought a time trial bike, do they just give you one?
Zwift has one. Like all Zwift bikes, it's the lowest rank of the bunch. But you can go into your garage and select it.
Right, but I'm sorry, just let me ask the question differently. If I haven't already bought a time trial bike of any kind, they'll just issue me the Zwift one, or is it the same road bike I would otherwise be on?
That is an excellent question. You might
Hey, Paul.
You might, yeah.
Zwift issues you one of each type of bike to start.
That's what I
So
was
there is
saying.
one in there.
Yeah.
Got it.
There's a gravel bike, a mountain bike, a time trial bike, and
My kick-ass bike. Thank you.
Nice.
Also, there's the steel bike. You do have to buy the Zwift Arrow, but it's nothing.
Yeah.
Now, you're talking, Paul, about Thursday TTT night. That's a big event on Zwift. All the clubs are participating, and it's a full night of TTT, whatever club you're with, you can race with.
Yeah. And like in North America, we only have 2 teams this upcoming week. One is our Lower Coyotes team, that's my team. And one is Nathan and Tractus Roadrunners. Coyote, Roadrunner. Yeah, right. Team. And they're the next one up the food chain. It's really great fun. And if you, like so many guys, have grown up with team sports, it just seems good because you're working with a team.
Hey, Paul, that was my introduction to racing on Zwift. Was joining the team time trial. That Paul was the captain and still is with that team. Not only did I learn a lot by working with him, but you make a bunch of friends too with all the people on the team. It was a lot of fun to get started that way.
We've got,
yeah, that was my start as well.
in our North American East group, there are people all this up and down the ladder with herd teams and other teams that started out with the Coyotes at one point or another. It's very gratifying. So, when you go to those other races, especially the one where you have 10 breakouts, is there, you can have just a scratch race, and that is the first one who gets to the end wins. Okay, that's good. There are also points races, and there are several different kinds of those. One is where you get points for winning sprints. One is where you get points for doing KOMs. There are some, especially Zwift Racing League, that mixes both of those. There are hill climbs. Both Bird and James Bailey have climbing series that are very interesting in that what happens is the only part of the race that counts is the climb. So people who haven't read the rules, by the way, right here, we're going to be climbing at about 5%. And this is where a strong rider might decide to break away. But with 15 kilometers to go, it's too soon. Would you agree, Jack?
For most of us at our level, yeah. You got to have some power behind you to do it.
Yeah. And Antonio, who's riding behind you. Antonio, are you still in Monterey?
Sorry, Paul?
Are you still living in Monterey?
No, in Tampico,
Okay,
Tamaulipas.
Tampico. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a former Coyote too. But he's in a Spanish language group now.
Feel kind of left out. I'm the only one who's not a former Coyote here.
Cool.
Not the only one. Not the only one.
Okay.
My first race ever was with the Coyotes.
Yeah. I would be interested in knowing how many people you brought up, Paul.
Yeah,
For their
Paul,
first race.
you're a master.
I look back at some previous races. For instance, we've got Richmond Reverse coming up this week. And I go back and look, oh, Did he really ride with us? So we
Sprint time.
yeah, I was going to say we're coming up on a sprint. Now, this is where you have to make some decisions. One of the decisions is, am I strong enough to outsprint everybody here? I think between Jeff and Chris, they've got the power. Maybe Antonio. How you doing, Antonio? You strong now?
Not today.
These are no good.
Let's talk about sprint strategy,
So
Paul.
once you've made that decision, there's a couple of things that if you don't think that you can challenge it all, what I do is just sit there, ride the draft, which means more energy because everybody's speeding up, and let it go. The intermediate thing between going for it and sitting on is using the draft to move up. It's sometimes
This is
called
a time too, Paul, when I look at sort of the construction of the race, and are we doing segments and it's fastest through?
Yep.
We're getting first across the line because we've got, if you look at the mini map, we've got a sprint followed very quickly by that aqueduct KOM.
Right.
Was it a case where I want to sit in the draft and maximize FTS to just have a second burst to go for it quickly after that?
Right.
Yeah, so if I'm a better climber, don't mess around with the sprint. Just don't lose your place and then make it happen on the climb.
Yes.
Yeah, pack it in. And this climb in particular, obviously, we've all done it, I think. It's not a climb, it's more of a sprint climb, but even still, if you're better up the hill, maximize your position there.
So here it comes. Here's the sprint. Now, are you going to sprint? There goes Jeff.
I'm going to KLM. I'm not a sprinter.
So
I'm going to let Jeff burn his matches here. I'm going to take him on the KOM.
oh yeah, Diane, you're doing good. Your other choice is to it's going to be too late. Wait for Antonio and I to come through and use our draft to pull you through. So if you look over on the right-hand side, you can see Jeff's got a green jersey for open, and you have the women's green jersey. Now, what happens in a race with a fairly large number of people is that these sprinters will often burn themselves, get to where they have to recover after the sprint. And then the bunch comes in and rides them down.
Yeah.
So very often the sprinters through the pave back there get caught right in here someplace by the lavender fields.
Just like you did to me.
So if you're planning on going for first, second, or third at the end of the race in another 12.3 kilometers, let that guy burn himself out.
Yeah.
And you look at Chris up in front, he's doing the other thing.
You have to know yourself and your riding.
Yeah.
I don't mind that sprint if I'm on a draft bike. But I can't gain anything today.
Not on a TT bike.
No.
Okay, with this turn, we're coming up on the total aqueduct climb. The KOM is a misnomer. This whole thing is a climb of 5+% ramps. And then there's a flat.
All right, I'm going to ask a Zwift dumb question.
No,
What is
no
the
dumb question.
distance? What is the distance of the, so it's showing me the hill right now. If I go from left to right of what it's showing me, what's that distance?
It's about 2.2 kilometers, but I know that so many briefings for teams. Now we flatten out again. And this is a weird thing up here in that in a lot of climbs, and we'll get to some of those later, you come over the top of the climb and immediately go downhill. This one, no. You come up and you come out on the aqueduct road and it's dead flat. And it's about a third of the entire KOM. So if you're in a race, it gives points for the climb. You have to plan it out. Because you're a climber, you want to get ahead of the wattage guys. And because, like I said, I'm old and medicated, I got dropped on the climb like you.
Yeah, I tend to run into trouble in the downhill where I need an anvil. Well, if I don't have a pack around me, I'm just going to get eaten alive.
So look around for your guys. If they're around you, tuck in behind and do what you can to stay steady with.
Yeah.
You can. A rider can break away on a downhill, but it's hard.
But if you're doing an FTS on a KOM like you're doing, somebody like you who's not going to try and break away, it's good to tail gun. Move to the back of the group you're with, and then go, which is what I did. So even though I finished with you and Chris, I knew I had made up more distance, and I was guaranteed to win. So that's one of the strategies you can run with.
Yep.
And that same strategy works on sprints.
Yes. So, like, there's a bunch of people, you do things like I said, ride the shoulders. You get in the bunch, move up as the front moves up, but you just sit there with your draft going. And then at the very end, you lay down the watts and see who's got the most at the end.
Yeah.
The other thing on KOMs or sprints, you don't want to accelerate at the start. At that point, it's too late. You have to be at speed when you cross the line. I don't know if you noticed when we went to do that first sprint, left the front, and I went to the back of the group, so I could accelerate into the sprint zone without giving an alert to the group that I was taking off.
So the other thing on that as well is what kind of sprint is it? This one probably is a medium-long sprint. 3.3 kilometers, but no, 0.33 kilometers. The longest is the new one, further on over in the Ardennes section here. But the one you'll see most often is the Fuego Flat Sprint, which is half a kilometer. And if you can jump off the line and right at the front on that thing for half a kilometer, more power to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I made that mistake once.
So that's one where you definitely ride the shoulders and go at the end, or just cruise through. So now if this was a points race, from what I see on my screen, you have 2 FTS jerseys and Jeff has 1. Let's say having that jersey gives you 10 points. You've done 20 points by riding smart. So you guys will leave the front so I can, so the old man can catch up.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
cool.
notice slow up front too.
Oh gosh, we got 30 seconds on you guys. All right. Sorry about that.
All good.
We're simulating a breakaway.
Yes, you guys are doing a great job.
There you go.
Yeah,
Based on
and I'm going
everything
to tell you,
Paul's saying, one of the primary things what Paul's saying is that before the race, you need to go recon the course. Whether it's read
Yeah.
up on it on Zwift Insider or find a YouTube video. That way you can make your plan and know where your strengths are and where you're going to struggle.
and what kind of sprint you want to make. You know, the shortest sprint is in the Fan Flats. It's Broad Street. It's gone before you know it's there. So like Jeff said, you're going to start your sprint way before you actually get to the green.
I'd
Green
start
mark.
that 200 to 300 meters for the marker on that one. So
Yeah.
you're way back there.
Are you going to sprint?
You know?
Not this time. I better catch my breath.
So the next thing we're going to be looking at is rollers technique. Because we're going to be coming up on a set of 23. Yeah, I counted them. 4% rollers. I counted them because I do, as Antonio and Jeff know, I do some fairly exhausting ride notes for the for TTT, and this is a classic team time trial course.
Paul writes a small thesis with a breakdown of every corner and every bump. It's pretty thorough.
So it's rally notes.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. So we get into the series of rollers. This isn't quite the first one yet. The next one is. So Antonio, you want to talk about rollers technique?
I will only say the most useful technique is the momentum technique.
Yes.
Push in the hill is in the downhill, and if you are PPTing, let the first wheel take the pull. That's it.
Right. So you push hard right at the top here. See where it's coming up? 1% is coming down.
Yeah.
And it's we're on a little flat here.
But here's one right ahead of us. Right in front of us, Paul.
So now, here we come. You're not sprinting like in a deep time trial. Push now, push hard. And when it comes downhill, ease it. Let the draft carry you. Here we go again.
Nice,
Up,
Antonio. Look at that. See,
Push.
that's every- aren't you? Go, go, go.
push, and then ease again.
Go, go.
Nice sprint.
Stop.
Now here we come again. Push up. And he's off. This, by the way, is exhausting but it's fast. Push, push hard, ease. I have been in these with my 1.2 watch per kilogram thundering turtles doing 45 to these things because of the draft. Push and ease. There's Antonio with a green jersey. So that's the idea with rollers technique. Really strong teams just ride this through like it's flat. But if you don't use some sort of technique like this, which I stole from Sherpa Dave, what'll happen is each one of these bumps will slow you down. So you got to fight through them. It works individually, but it works way better in a blob or a team. Jeff, what you got?
I had to wrap up for later too soon. I think what we're doing here is a typical fire hose of information.
Yeah.
You got to get out there and just try it.
Yep.
I'll go for the
thing,
rest.
though,
Go ahead.
is to inform yourself somewhat before you start. So read the race instructions, and like Jeff said, YouTube. You can go search on Zwift RGB, and there'll be a dozen videos that'll show you this course. Jeff,
What you need to go out there. Go ahead.
Jeff makes videos.
I only have a few done. I record my races, and then I compress them down to 5 minutes, super fast speed. Give my commentary on what I did well, what I did wrong, what was happening in the group, what I was looking for. Because I enjoy it, and hopefully it'll help somebody. But
Go
ahead.
The next level is go into Zwift Power, and in the second menu bar, click on signups and select the race you're going in. And see what else all is in there. It'll give you some idea of who you're racing against, what kind of 20-minute and 5-minute power, 20-minute and 15-second power they have, their weight, their age, that kind of stuff. You can get very little of that by going into Companion, finding your race, and tapping on the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll show you who signed up, but it doesn't give you any data. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, what you should do, since you're new, is just go get in and race.
Yeah.
Focus on just a couple things. Don't lead the group at all. Stay in the draft the whole time. Let everybody else do the work. Try to take what you learned about drafting here. Research that. Know what your strategy is going to be. Probably your best strategy is hang on with the front group. Even if you can't sprint, you got to know what it feels like to be in the front group a few times. And then see what strats you can do. But keep it simple. Don't try to think too much.
Yeah.
When you get
observant. And be observant.
When you're oxygen deprived, all your strategies go out the window anyway.
Yeah.
You just hang on.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it'll improve as you race. You'll start to see what's going on. And then you'll start to bring in some of the other stuff. This will be posted on YouTube. We'll probably put the link in the group on the Facebook. It can be reviewed at any time that way.
The other thing that we've got coming up is another opportunity to look at a hill breakaway. Now, after we get through these rollers, the intestines, there are 3 little hills, which, because I'm a compulsive namer, I call the petit tetons, the little tetons.
Uh-huh.
And the third one is a pretty likely spot to break away when everybody else is tired at the end of the race. And if you can get away there, it's not very far to the end. Look down at your mini map.
Yep.
You see your red mark there? You
Yep.
see those 3 bigger bumps there?
I do.
Those are what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The most people in Zwift don't seem to want to break into 1.5K to finish. Before I had sprint speed, I would win a lot of races by going somewhere between 1.5 and 1, but I knew I had enough to hold the power a little bit faster than the group was going. That might be a strategy you might want to employ, is not wait for the sprinters to beat you at the end, but
Yes.
go a little sooner, because you'll wear out the sprinters chasing you, and you might be able to hold them off.
Especially since you're a climber. If you pounded up the last climb while they're trying to haul their extra weight up there, you may be able to get away for good.
I had a race recently where all I wanted to do was be a group sprint, because it had been a hard push the whole way. And sure enough, with 1K to go, 4 guys made a break for it. And I stayed with them, but because they didn't win so soon, I had nothing left for the sprint. And they beat me. It was a great strategy on their part.
Okay, so now we're coming to the top of the first of the petit tetons. It's still squiggly here, but on the mini map you can see it.
Yep.
Take advantage of your downhill. Let gravity be your friend. Now you're on the second.
Go ahead.
That's what I was going to say. Now you're on the second.
Yeah. I just think Diane's been dogging this whole thing the whole time. She's got 3 FTS jerseys.
Yeah.
Well, it helps to be the only woman on the course. So.
It does.
And I am not ashamed to use that to my advantage.
Good. I was going to say, take it. Now, in the races, I don't know. I have never seen a breakout men versus women unless you go join the women's only group. We're all one in the race.
Yeah, so if we kind of game plan a little bit, Diane, if you take us to the line and you don't attack us on this hill or the next one, you will lose in the sprint.
You'll eat me alive.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So this would be your
But I also
opportunity.
know you'll eat me alive
fight.
on the next downhill. So now's not the time for me to go.
Yeah.
But if you power up and over, you can get a little bit of a gap. You can break the draft and make us work, hit us again on the next hill, and then that softens us up for the sprint.
So hold together on this hill. Draft downhill. And look for the last turn on the next one.
Yeah, just tuck in the draft for now. But stay near the front. Stay third, fourth wheel. Don't let yourself go back. If this was a big group.
Yeah, let them drag you.
Are we waiting to see the wall, Paul? Is that what we're doing?
Okay. Now you're on the uphill. There's a little, it's yellow and then a little blue dot, then yellow again, right?
Yeah.
Yep. We're almost there.
So,
Go, go, go.
now go.
Go, go. Go, go, go.
Go, 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 go.
Probably 200 meters earlier next time, but it's all right. We told you late.
And keep going over the top of the hill.
Whatever your good pace is, hold it. Like, I don't think you can hold 5 all the way to the end, but you got a gap. We're doing 2-2, so drop yours to like 2-2, 2-4, and see if that time gap stays. Or watch the numbers in front of the screen.
What you want to do is get over the top and start down while they're still riding uphill and slower.
I think she's got it. She's pushing
Yeah,
threes.
got under a K to go.
I'm not catching her.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, you're only going to get one race in the ECAT, and then you're going to get bumped up. So enjoy it. That was well played.
Yeah.
Yep.
High threes to the line. Yeah, there's
Yep.
no way.
She'll be in the C's. We'll be looking up at her soon.
Yeah. Weapon.
So that was a matter of planning it out and then doing it, right?
She's still pumping.
Yeah, she
Not
is.
anymore, I'm not.
It doesn't matter. You got it.
Yeah, great job.
Start celebrating. 2-arm salute. Zip up the jersey so everybody sees the
Yep, got to
sponsors.
zip up, feel the sponsors.
Yeah.
There you go. Masterclass. Well done.
Come on, Chris, pick this jersey up. Go sprint. You just got it.
Oh, are we sprinting?
I want you to get a jersey, so we all get a jersey.
Oh yeah, Chris. There you go.
You got Jim.
I'm back in Gen Pop now. All good.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Paul.
Diane, I hope that was helpful.
It was. It was. I think the biggest thing I have to make sure that I do is not try to be in front the whole damn time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
One thing that I do at the end of every race is I compare my average watts to the average watts of the top finishers in my group. And I want to be less watts than them. Doesn't I did a smart
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
Maximum results, minimum effort. That's how this game is played.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is that you cross the lines that matter when you cross them. It's not a clean and jerk.
Right.
It's not that kind of thing at all. It's not about flexing. It's about being fast and smart.